Good afternoon, magic players and card collectors of all kinds. Welcome back to the channel. Sort of. Um, Welcome for you. I hope you're having a little bit of a better day than I am. Trying to figure out this stupid setup in my bedroom has been an absolute freaking nightmare today. Um, Fortunately for me, I've been able to get my anger out via the stream that Angry Canadian was just doing of Turok. I think Turok Evolution. Um, Somehow watching him die a whole bunch of times and getting really frustrated with the game kind of made things a little easier for me to process here, but I'm still just really frustrated with this whole setup thing. So I thought I would shoot a video, show you guys what's going on, and try and test out different lighting situation in the bedroom. Normally, I don't like to use natural lighting in my bedroom for my videos, primarily just because I'm not a huge fan of having a whole bunch of natural lighting in my bedroom. I'm kind of more of a well, I've got like the darker curtains for blocking out the sun sort of thing. That's kind of my deal. So, but as you've all pointed out, the light I have in my room, which is like one of those stupid it's just a little bulb up there, and it's controlled by one of those stupid turning knobs. So it like dims and brightens, but it doesn't really get very bright per se. So yeah, I thought maybe give a video a shot with some natural lighting, see if that's any better. Although there's a little bit of a weird reflection, I think, coming off the board now. That wasn't there earlier because the lighting is switching, of course, naturally throughout the day. About an hour ago, actually, I could see really clearly all the cards like perfectly on the board. Like you could almost read them from the webcam as they were sitting down there. I'm also trying to figure out how I want to set up this thing for when I play games, because I would like to get back to playing card games now that I have a laptop that's actually more functional than my previous one. Just take you for a quick tour. I don't know if you're going to be able to still pick up my voice or not from the cell phone. But I'll give you a shot of the Kaiba. Kaiba. There, baby. Say hi to the babies. So there's Kaiba. Hopefully you can still hear me. Probably not. I don't know whether he'll move or not. He probably will move like 5 seconds after I get the video set up. But there, we've got the Kaiba-Cam installed, briefly. And he's up, and is Kaiba gonna move? Oop. Uh-oh. Ah, Kaiba. You are a silly pug, but I love you. The microphone almost picks Kaiba up. Maybe you guys can hear him in the background. Anyways, yeah. So obviously this isn't ideal. Unfortunately, my webcam only wants to work when it's plugged into the one USB port on the left side of my laptop here. So because of that, I can't actually set up the angle that I really would like, which would be from this side of the bed. Because if I could set it up from this side of the bed, I could actually put my laptop up on the table here and then point it down to catch my reactions better at like a proper angle. But unfortunately, the webcam will not work out of the right USB port, and I have no idea why. I am not a tech person, as you know, so. Okay, Kaiba, we get it! I might have to go move that Kaiba-Cam before I actually get started on what I wanted to do today, which was to briefly just go over the unset cards that I have currently. and I thought maybe we'd open a couple more packs of Unfinity just as like a test to see how the lighting and such in here works and how it records. Kaiba! Such a silly pug. So yeah, I just thought we would take a look at what we've got so far for our Unfinity collection. My goal is to build at least one Unfinity deck, possibly a couple more though, because we've gotten a bunch of legendaries recently out of these packs. I was surprised how many legendaries we pulled. We've only opened 3 packs of Unfinity so far as I'm aware. And while I did buy one legendary that's in this pile separately a while ago, and I got another one in a Dollarama Draws of Destiny, the rest are all entirely from this set. So we've gotten 5 legendaries so far in 3 packs. 2 copies of Roxy, 1 holo, and 1 regular. Plus we got a Spinneret Acronobat, Monoxa Midway Manager, and Trust Chief Engineer. Ideally, I would like to maybe at some point even build just like a 5-color commander deck out of all the Unfinity cards, but um, my original plan was to build a commander around this guy. I bought this one myself in the store at La Boutique de Fans, actually, when I used to go to there way back in the day. Uh, Great little store, by the way, if you get a chance, if you're in like the if you're in that area, by all means go drop by their store for sure. Um, the name has briefly eluded me. I was going to say shout out the town name, but I can't actually think of it right now. Um, and then this one is the one I pulled from the Dollarama. Um, this one I actually would love to build a commander deck around, but since it's an acorn card, I have to get permission to be able to use it. So I'm thinking that I might just build like a massive Unfinity deck at some point. But those are the 2 commanders that I really want to build. All these legendaries here, they're interesting, but I don't know that I want to build them necessarily. Like Roxy is interesting in regards to how her power is determined, but beyond her power, all she has is flying. She's really not that interesting a card to build around. Monoxa, if you roll a 3 or higher, she gains first strike. 4 or higher, she gains menace. Like she gets a whole bunch of abilities, but you're going to have to make sure that you're actually always going to be able to roll. And while she does give you the ability to roll 1 6-sided die a turn, it costs you 6 mana to pull that off, which is a lot. So I'm not sure I want to build around that either. Another acorn one I would need permission to be able to run. So while this one is cool because you get to put a hack counter on him, and then you can pay 2 and remove however many hack counters as you want from this thing to add or subtract X from a number or a number word on a target spell or permanent until end of turn. So, like, if a spell has, say, the cost of black, green plus 3, in theory, I could pay 2, tap this, remove, um, say, 3 tokens, and I could increase that 3 to 6. So the person would have to pay an extra 3 mana in order to play their card. I think that's how that works. And if it does, that's really cool. But again, acorn, so you're kind of limited to what you can do with it. Um, we do have a few. We've got 6 attractions so far, and they're all different ones, which is nice. If I remember correctly, you have to have 20 different attractions to play an attractions deck, and you have to have at least 10 unique sticker sheets. So far we have 3 sticker sheets, one from each pack we opened, and they're all unique, which is good. Got a few token cards, all unique. I'm a particular fan of the robot. I think the robot's really cute. That treasure token's pretty nice too. Employee of the month. And then there's the attractions. We've got the information booth, we've got the cover, the spot, gift shop, kitty coaster, tunnel of love, and pick a beatable. So ideally, I still have 2 packs left in the grab bag from the stream the other night. I have these two packs here, and then I have another 8 packs for a couple of different episodes of Random Saturday. I plan to do like 4 at a time on each of those episodes. So in total, we have like 12 packs left. My hope is that we will get enough unique sticker sheets and enough attractions from those that I won't actually have to buy any more Unfinity per se. Not that it isn't fun, it's just I don't like the fact that half the cards are illegal. And I get why the cards are illegal, don't get me wrong. Like this card, as cool as it is an insane freaking um card because you get to create your 4/4 colorless sketch creature token, and whatever you can do in 15 seconds to draw it determines all the different abilities that creature has. So you can give that creature flying, you could end up giving it first strike, you could give it vigilance, um, you could give it menace, like giving it mean eyes. I don't know how you give something mean eyes per se, except for maybe giving like the eyebrows pointed down, sort of like thing. Um, Trample and horns, death touching claws, lifelink and fangs, haste and footwear. What are you gonna do? Draw some boots? Like it's really funny. But I think I would have a lot of fun playing this card. Especially in a deck where you can flicker it repeatedly. That would be really cool. But as I say, um, you can't play that card unless somebody allows you to in your pod. And a lot of people are against Unfinity cards because of their insane abilities and stuff, which to a certain extent makes a lot of sense. So, and I mean, just a lot of the things that the ones that you can't play legally do are just weird. Like, this one isn't so bad. Storing the results of dice and such, but dealing damage to targets without hats, that's a little nonsensical. This one lets you untap a permanent whose name starts with the letter that you pick at the beginning when it comes into play. Like, Park Map isn't so bad. That one could have been. Unpounding Lotbot. That one's, again, you have to do a funny voice. Like, there's all kinds of weird stuff that you have to do for the ones that are not permittable. So I get why, like, even just that, like, you can apologize if you gain 3 life. Like, that's just silly. But, um, I still think that there's a lot of value in, um, playing with these cards because I think that sometimes I think people take Commander a little too seriously sometimes. And I think that it would be nice to just kind of every once in a while kick back and have a silly game. And Unfinity definitely is going to make a silly game. So, like I say, we've got all those cards so far, our unique sticker sheets, our unique attractions. So what I wanted to do is I just figured I'd open a couple packs today, see what we can add to our piles here, and go from there. So we'll keep our legendaries over here, we'll keep our cards that we can play here, acorn cards there, and the rest go where they go. I'm honestly not sure if I'm going to keep recording this way. It depends on what you guys think of this video. Give me a shout out in this video. Let me know whether you think it's the better way to go, or if not, I'm just going to go back to using my phone, to be honest. I think this was really good for live streaming. I'm not so sure I enjoy this for recording. Although it does let you see me and see my reactions firsthand, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I just it is a lot of setup to get this prepared just so that I can do recordings. And if I'm on a time schedule, which I will be once my dad gets back, I don't know whether this is going to be feasible. So, just a heads up, we might be going back to cell phone videos in a week or so. But time will tell. In the meantime and in between time, let's get this one going. We got ourselves a prize wall. Prize wall is a defender, 0/4. Pay a blue, tap it, you get a ticket. Pay 4 in a blue, you can put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own. Yeah, okay. I think that's actually pretty good. Might be one of the better polls we've had. Leading performance. This one's an acorn. 1 and a white. Choose 2 letters. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control whose name begins with either of those chosen letters. So again, like this is where the silliness comes into play. I get why people are against these, but I don't know. That's not such a bad thing, is it? Rat in the Hat. Pay 1 black for an acorn card. Tap this, sacrifice Rat in the Hat. Until end of turn, you may cast target creature card that has a hat from your graveyard. Huh. Okay. Coming attraction. This one's legal. Search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle, open an attraction. At a cost of 3, that's pretty reasonable. Ard Ar Ard Wolf's advantage? Because it's got the double A, or is it Aird's Wolf? Let's go with Aird's Wolf's advantage. Creatures you control get +2/+0 and gain Alpha Strike until end of turn. A creature with Alpha Strike has first strike as long as it's blocking or being blocked by a creature that comes after it alphabetically. Oh, what the hell is this? Oh, yeah. Well, that's definitely an acorn one. Ticket Toma Ticket Tomaton. Whenever this thing enters battlefield, you get a ticket, then you can put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own. I think that's just basically like a copy of the ticket bot over here, almost, essentially. Okay. Grabby Tabby has vigilance as long as you control a stickered permanent. I suppose that's okay. Ooh, Ambassador Blurpity Blurp. This is actually one of the ones you can legally play, which is cool. And a lot of people don't like this guy. When Ambassador Blorpity Blorp Boop enters the battlefield, you get 3 tickets. Then you may put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own. At the beginning of each combat, you may have Ambassador Blorpity Blorp Boops. Base power and toughness become equal to the total power and toughness of all stickers on permanents you control. Interesting. Hmm. Monitor, monitor. 2 and 2 blue. When it enters the battlefield, open an attraction. Once each turn, you can pay 1 to re-roll 1 or more dice you rolled. That's a pretty good one, actually. Getting a couple copies of that might be useful, depending on what decks you build. 4 and 2 white for an angel performer, sword swallowing seraph. Try to say that 5 times fast. Sword swallowing seraph, sword swallowing seraph, sword swallowing seraph, sword swallowing seraph, sword swallowing seraph. Hey, okay, maybe it's not as difficult as I thought it would be. Flying Vigilance 4/4. When it enters the battlefield, you may put a name sticker on a non-land permanent you own, pay 1 and a white, tap, put a +1/+1 counter on another target creature with a name sticker on it. Hmm. Nice! We pulled the one I've wanted! This is the one I wanted to buy in for a long time, and they had it for a while at La Boutique de Fans, but before I left, I just never had the finances to get him because he's one of the more expensive pulls in this set, which is pretty good. Even though he's not a shiny one, so he's probably not worth as much as the shiny version, but still a great hit. Pay 0, roll a 6-sided die. 1 or 2, you get to create one. You get to create. Bleh. If you get a 1 or a 2, his loyalty goes up by 2, and then you create 2/1/1 green squirrel creature tokens, and they get haste until end of turn. If you get a 3, his loyalty goes down by 1, and you return a target card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to your hand. If he gets a 5 or a 6, he deals damage equal to the number of loyalty counters on him to a creature or a player, and then you -2. And finally, if you get a 6, he goes up by 1, and you may activate Comet Stellar Pup's loyalty ability 2 more times this turn, which is to roll the dice 2 more times. So, insanely fun little card. He can't be his own commander, of course, but still. Amazingly fun hit, and I'm really happy we got this one. So I'm going to put that right up there, actually. Woo! I'm not sure if that's the good swamp or the bad swamp, but I like it. I like it a lot. Not sure if that's the one that's worth money. It's not a shiny one. Forgot about lands. We'll put lands there. All right, here's our attractions. We got Fortune Teller, which is a new one. Visit Scry 1. Nice. And Trivia Contest, also a new one. Visit, an opponent chooses white. An opponent chooses white card, land card, or planeswalker card, then mills a card. You have 10 seconds to name something from the chosen category that starts with the same letter as the milled card. If you do, you get to claim a prize. And the prize is you get 3 tickets, then you may put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own. Sacrifice this thing and open another attraction. We got ourselves another ticket bot. Nothing wrong with that. And that's a new sticker sheet. Yes, that is a new one. All right, cool. We can get Skulk or Battle Cry. Ooh, there's extra ones here. Oh, the sticker sheets always confuse me how they work, because I assume you're supposed to be able to peel everything off and then put it onto things, but it doesn't look like you can necessarily peel this text box. No. You can peel those ones, but you can't peel these ones. Oh, because those ones just have the... Okay, I get it. Those are bracketed explanations of what the abilities do, so you don't necessarily need to transfer those. Okay. We are good. We understand. Hopefully this mic is picking up everything that I'm saying. Well, I have it in a weird spot in between, well, you saw earlier, but it's in between the laptop and the table so that it can try and pick up what I say when I turn for my reactions, but hopefully it's picking up enough of what I'm saying when I'm facing this way too. Again, this is why we're doing a test video with product that is basically 50% not playable. Because that way, if I get something major, it's not even really super major per se compared to something in, say, like Foundations, or if I got an amazing hit in Kaldheim, for example. Alright, Motion Sickness. Enchant creature, when this thing enters the battlefield, tap enchanted creature. Enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. Whenever you visit an attraction, you may attach Motion Sickness to target tap creature. That's interesting. That is actually pretty cool. And it's legal. Unlike Hat Trick, which is 1 and a white, instant for an instant where target blocking or blocked creature you control gets +1/+1 and gains first strike until end of turn. If it has a hat, it gains double strike until end of turn. If you and that creature each have a hat, the creature gains triple strike until end of turn. How the frick does triple strike work? So is that like first strike and then double strike and then you're going to do one more attack just for the shits and giggles of it? Huh. Down for repairs. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card. Destroy up to 1 target attraction that player controls. Minotaur de Force. 1 in a red. This one's actually legal. Haste, 2/1. When it enters the battlefield, you get a ticket. Then you may put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own. Nice. Keeping it simple. I like that. Also legal. Glitter Flitter. 2 and a blue for a flying 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, you get a ticket, then you can put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own. There's a lot of cards that seem to do that. Mistakes were made. 1 and a green for an instant that is is a acorn card this time. Destroy target artifact or enchantment, create a 1/1 green squirrel creature token for each fire extinguisher you can see from your seat. That's probably not going to be overly useful. Blank Goblin. 2 in a red for a 2/2. When this creature enters the battlefield, you may put a name sticker on it. Add red for each unique vowel on that sticker. Okay. We got another Spinneret Acrobat. So, since these guys are legal, I could actually probably put this into one of my decks, depending on what it does. What does it do? When it enters the battlefield, open an attraction? Probably not then. As long as you control 3 or more attractions, this thing gets +2/+0 and has no... Yeah, no. It will not be useful in decks outside of attraction decks, unfortunately. Goblin Girder Gang, Reach. This is the one we were talking about earlier. Clandestine Chameleon. Enters the battlefield, you get 2 tickets, and you can put a sticker on non-land permanent. This thing has all... Oh yeah, we got lucky and we pulled one of these before. This is actually pretty cool because he has the ability of all the ability stickers on other permanents he controls. So as long as you keep putting stickers on other things, you're going to give him more and more abilities. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a real one or an acorn one because of the sticker there. Gonna go with probably not, though. Black for a 2-1. Lifetime pass holder enters the battlefield tapped. When it dies, open an attraction. Whenever you roll to visit your attractions, if you roll a 6, you can return this thing from your graveyard to the battlefield. Huh. Okay. Ooh, we got a planes. Pretty planes. Not a planet one. Definitely wanting to pull the planet ones as much as we can, but still. Foam Weapons Kiosk. That is a new one. Visit, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. That creature gains vigilance until end of turn. Nice. Trash Bin, also a new one. Mill 2 cards and return a card at random from your graveyard to your hand. Perfect. Got ourselves a treasure token, and I think that's a new set. Yes, no stickers. That is a new set of stickers. Perfect. Heroic and protection from even mana values. That's an interesting one. All right, so far we have 26, 5, 29, 42, and 46. Cool. All right, well, that's all I had for you today. Just wanted to keep it nice and simple, short. Test out the new lighting, like I said. See if we like trying to do this from this angle. If everybody really likes seeing me on camera and you want me to keep doing videos where you see me on camera, let's get this one some hardcore likes. Let's say if this one gets like 10, 15 likes, I will keep setting this up regardless of how annoying it is because I want to do awesome by you guys. Um, I'm not going to say that we're always going to have a Kaiba-Cam because the um, the $5 tripod that I bought from Dollarama ended up being really trash. The other night when it fell down, I didn't realize it, but it actually broke a little bit, and now every time I put my camera phone into it, every like within like 5 minutes, it spits the camera phone out onto the floor, and I'm worried about it cracking my screen more than it already is cracked. So I have decided probably not going to do too much Kaiba camera stuff going forward, especially not when my dad's back. But you'll still be able to see me. If you're enjoying this, I can keep working on setting up this, keep trying to figure out ways to improve the angles and stuff of things. Maybe I can get like an extra table in here or something for my laptop, or figure out something that I can put it on top of. Um, and yeah, um, try to get Kaiba more active in videos and etc. etc. But that's all I have for you today. So make sure you tune in tomorrow for Dollarama Draws of Destiny. I will be recording it after I get back from work, so probably not going to be putting that video out until at least midday or later in the day. But I will be recording it on a Tuesday for a change, which is pretty cool. Uh, in the meantime, in between time, much love to you all from me. You take care. Have a good one, everybody. Bye.